last post was about vivisection. Well, another area of animal welfare that is not talked about enough is the practice of using animals for entertainment. And that's what I'm going to tackle today. First, the intro. Hi, Fee here, the Healthy Vegan author and creator of the Gold Card Vegan resource website. Now, in our modern society, entertainment has evolved to encompass many activities involving animals. However, as the vegan movement gains momentum, more people are questioning the ethical implications of these practices. Now, in my opinion, animals should not be exploited or subjected to harm for the sake of any human amusement. So I'm going to take a look at several forms of entertainment that raise concerns from vegans and offer maybe some alternatives or cruelty-free options. Now the first one is probably the most obvious, and that is horse racing. This was once considered the sport of kings, but has come under scrutiny for mistreating and exploiting horses. From the use of whips to the physical demands placed on these majestic creatures, horse racing raises significant concerns about animal welfare. Now, so far in 2023, and we are just at the beginning of July, there have been over 170 deaths across the racetracks in the USA. I will leave a link in the comments below or in the description, and that you'll be able to check on that number because it is real time and it keeps increasing. Now, excuse me, in the lead up to the final race of the Kentucky Derby, 7 horses died. In the UK, the famous Grand National race saw 3 horses put down after suffering fatal injuries during the race. I myself have witnessed, back in the 60s when I went to the races with my parents, and it was a family outing in those days, and I too have witnessed the screens go up around a horse because it had fallen and they're having to put it down. These beautiful animals are exposed to being exploited in the name of entertainment and, need I say, money. You can help by supporting organisations that promote rehabilitation and retirement programs for horses. And if you don't wish to be in an activist movement at the tracks, make sure you sign and share any petitions that come your way. Now, along with horses and horse racing, dog racing has long been controversial, with greyhounds subjected to intense training, confinement, and being killed at the end of their career. In Australia so far this year, 62 deaths and over 5,400 injuries have occurred. In many countries, including my own, there are no requirements to report deaths, making it difficult to define the statistics. The public believes that dogs are rehomed. I've met many a rehomed greyhound who've been adopted, and they're beautiful. And surprisingly enough, they're actually very cruisy, and they don't run as what everybody thinks that they do. Now, some are rehomed, but sadly, there are far more dogs than homes to go to, so they are quietly killed to make room for new ones. So supporting rescue organisations that provide safe havens and adoption opportunities for retired racing greyhounds can help. Also, support and share any petition to ban dog racing altogether and end this exploitative, is that the right word, exploitative practice? Next is aquariums, or better known as a captive ocean. While Aquariums offer glimpses into the wonders of marine life. Confining intelligent creatures in small tanks raises ethical concerns. Dolphins, orcas, and other marine mammals suffer physically and psychologically in captivity. Now, here's a surprising thing that I'd recently heard. Russia is now releasing 19 orcas back into the wild. They were caught up, I believe, a couple of years ago, but due to pressure and demand, they're being released back. Sadly, SeaWorld, the most famous aquarium, is still dragging the chain. The only bright spot is that they now have ceased their breeding program, which came after the damning Blackfish documentary was released. However, they still have 29 orcas in concrete tanks. So, boycotting aquariums, embracing marine sanctuaries, and sign and share petitions as is a way more compassionate choice. The circus. Now, traditional circuses often involve exploiting and mistreating animals, from elephants to big cats. And recognizing the inherent cruelty involved, you can switch to supporting circus shows that exclusively feature human performance, and I tell you what, awe-inspiring acrobats. Now, this is one entertainment arena that is changing, but there is still a long way to go in many countries. Now, here's one that you may not have thought of. Animals in movies. While animals have been part of the film industry for decades, the vegan perspective encourages a shift towards motion capture technology. Using digital effects and CGI, filmmakers can create realistic and engaging characters without subjecting animals to stressful or harmful conditions. And whenever I see no animals were harmed, I do actually want to talk to the catering crew. Elephant rides. They may seem charming, but these gentle giants often endure painful training and suffer physically and emotionally from the weight they carry. Promoting sanctuaries and responsible wildlife tourism that focus on observing elephants in the wild, in their natural habitats, allows us to appreciate these magnificent creatures without causing them any harm. Now, this next one is mind-blowing, and it's growing, and it's a very much a worry, and that is selfies with wild animals. In recent years, taking selfies with wild animals has gained popularity, particularly in tourist destinations. However, this seemingly harmless activity can be detrimental. It can have detrimental consequences, for these animals. It often involves taking the animals from their natural habitat, especially young, so that they can train them. This leads to stress, fear, and altered behaviours. They are kept in captivity, subjected to cruel conditions, and drugged to provide the tourist with that photo opportunity. Recognising that wild animals deserve respect and should not be treated as props for entertainment is crucial. When you're in these tourist places, engage in activities promoting responsible wildlife tourism, such as observing animals from a safe distance, or participating in ecotourism programs that prioritise animal welfare. This is a much more ethical way to appreciate and protect wildlife. Remember, capturing a memorable photograph should never come at the expense of an animal's welfare. Next, the gruesome tradition of bullfighting. This is a violent spectacle that inflicts immense suffering and cruelty upon bulls. The whole bull thing, the running of the bulls as well as what's in the ring as well. So advocating for the end of this archaic tradition and supporting organisations that promote compassionate alternatives such as bull sanctuaries or cultural events without animal harm can pave the way for a more compassionate future. Now, horse-drawn carriage rides may appear romantic, but the reality for the horses involved is far from idyllic. These animals often endure long work hours in urban environments. They face exhaust fumes and hard pavements and potential accidents. So choose alternative transportation. And what is coming into vogue are electric carriages. Try those. This will allow you to enjoy the beauty of the city, and hey, it can still be romantic because the electric is much quieter. Next up, the sport of fishing. While considered a recreational activity, raises concerns about the impact of aquatic ecosystems and the well-being of fish. Although touted as a more humane option, the catch and release practices can still cause significant stress and harm to fish. Other than for entertainment, there is no reason to pursue this sport. It is cruel to the beautiful sea creatures and detrimental to the ecosystems as the large boats pollute the oceans. Sport fishing does not align with the principles of veganism. Again, sign and share any petition or share any research about how fish feel pain, etc. Up there with the sport fishing is trophy hunting, an activity where animals are killed for the sole purpose of obtaining their body parts as trophies or being photographed with the dead animal. This stands in stark contrast to the principles of animal rights. It results in unnecessary loss of life, disrupts ecosystems, and endangers endangered species. Advocating for strict legislation, supporting conservation efforts, and promoting photographic safaris or wildlife conservation trips can provide more ethical ways to appreciate and preserve wildlife. Animals are used in lots of other ways for our entertainment. These are just some of them. As society becomes more attuned to the principles of veganism and the ethical treatment of animals, it's imperative to re-evaluate our approach and entertainment. The practices such as horse racing, aquariums, and trophy hunting raises significant concerns. By shifting our focus towards alternatives that prioritize compassion and respect for all living beings, we can redefine entertainment in a way that aligns with our values and promotes a more ethical and sustainable future. Ultimately, the choices we make as consumers and individuals have the power to shape the entertainment industry. By supporting cruelty-free alternatives, advocating for stricter regulations, and educating others about ethical implications of animal exploitation, we can contribute to a world where entertainment thrives without causing harm to our fellow creatures. It's time to embrace a new era of entertainment that celebrates life's beauty and diversity while upholding the principles of compassion and respect. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. There's a subscribe button here somewhere. Remember to have great food, make it plant-based, and be compassionate to all animals, including humans. Bye for now.